Today we're going to be kicking off the action with the Division 4 schools. 3 heats here of the girls. Bassett, Beverly Hills, Castaic, Edgewood, El Segundo, El Celsior, Harvard-Westlake, JSerra, Orange Lutheran, Marlboro, Oxford Academy, South Almonte, and South Pasadena.
Excelsior! Get up, Danielle!
And here we go, first of 3 heats, Division 4 girls. Top 5 squads will advance on to next weekend Southern Section Finals. And then that 6th spot will be an at-large spot there. We'll have to look at the team time and find that 16th team at the very conclusion of the 3 heats. We are fine friends here at Finish Results. You can get all live results on the app or go on the website at Finish Results. We'll give it to you. JSerra looking to cruise through here. Probably running their B squad. They'll be resting on a couple of their top girls. As Summer Wilson now all nestled in right there in the top 10. Expecting to go through, but meanwhile Danielle Hollander, who was 7th place here a year ago in Division 4 and went on to finish 12th at the California State Meet. She's your early leader. She's the Ocean League champ there representing Beverly Hills. So Hollander pacing the JSerra group through this first 1,000 meters. Well, Hollander taking the group through that mile mark there at 5:42. She's got a good lead there. Packard of JSerra. Annalise Packard leading the way for JSerra. And they got all 7 of the top 15. So JSerra, one of the elite programs here in California. And they're the defending Division 4 state champions. And again, ranked number 1 going into the postseason here. Meanwhile, South Pasadena, Emily Jeffrin and Abigail Arrington right there up in that front group, along with Carolyn Covina of Orange Lutheran, Kendra Ross of Harvard-Westlake leading that group as well. Meanwhile, Kayla Tasser, George Degenerate, Glenn Garcia, Ella Johnson, and Emery Johnson of JSerra all together. Cassidy Vargas of Castaic is an individual qualifier last year as well.
Let's go! Let's go! Go get him! Let's go, girls! Come on, Amat!
So going into the crossover and approaching poop out, we got Danielle Hollander, then Packard, and it looks like Jeffrin of South Pasadena, Kendra Ross of Harvard-Westlake, and then that whole group of JSerra runners. And Hollander coming through at 12:07. They're coming through the 2-mile mark. JSerra with the first squad with 5 across there in Heat 1. South Pasadena and Harvard-Westlake interchangeable there in that 2nd and 3rd spot. Again, it's all about qualifying here. Top 5 squads will automatically move on to next week in Southern Section Finals. Meanwhile, Hollander, she came through at 12:07. Nice brisk pace there. The fastest we had yesterday coming through that 2-mile mark was 11:59. Packard at 12:21, Ross at 12:44, representing Harvard-Westlake. The South Pasadena duel of Arrington and Jeffron coming through at 12:45 together. And then that whole group of JSerra girls all coming through right there at 13:01. And Hollander, you'll see here, if you look to your west here, away from the sun, you're going to be able to see Miss Danielle Hollander. She has now picked it up a notch and going up Reservoir And she has opened it up to about a 40-meter, 50-meter lead here. Hollander, again, she was 7th last year as an individual. So Hollander and Packard. So Hollander, wire to wire, she never looked back, and she's going to make this look about as easy as you can here, coming across at 18-14. And Packard of JSerra, huge performance here, and she's going to be right there under 18-40. And Packard of JSerra, 18-34. And Kendra Ross of Harvard-Westlake now making that last turn there. She'll be under 19 minutes, as well Jeffron and Arrington of South Pasadena. And here comes the JSerra pack right behind Harvard-Westlake's. Oaks Christian leading the way here in Heat 2. We'll get mile splits here momentarily. But with Godsey, Geyer, Colebrook all leading the way. But Holly Barker, the Laguna Hills, she'll be taking us through that mile there with Colebrook. Meanwhile, Sophia Ebner of Bishop Amat right in that front group as well. Elizabeth Walker, Gianna Sanchez, Eve Washburn, Sydney Johnson of Laguna Hills, Eve Washburn of Burroughs.
Keep walking, don't stop, ladies, let's go.
Oaks Christian, they'll come through the mile in Heat 2 with a sizable lead there. They're currently ranked number 2 in Division 4. Bishop Amat, Burroughs of Ridgecrest, Fillmore, and Laguna Hills all rounding out the top 5. But going back to Heat 1, looking at those top 5 schools, JSerra, South Pasadena, and Harvard-Westlake will easily advance on to next week's Southern Section Division 4 finals. Meanwhile, those last 2 spots up for grabs here between Castaic, Orange Lutheran, El Segundo.
Walking right through here. Water right in front of you.
So a tight pack here as our leaders now about to crest the apex there of switchbacks. And that group, we've got about 8 girls all within a 3-4 second bubble there as they now start to make their way down. But your winner of Heat 1, Danielle Hollander, 18-13. Packard of JSerra coming through at 18-34. So if you go on the finish results app, you'll be able to see live results. And right now, 3 teams still, with their 5 runners already across: Harvard-Westlake, JSerra, South Pasadena. Girls all together make that 6 girls there in about a 2-second window coming down switchbacks here in Heat 2, Division 4. You want to be checking in as early as 20 minutes before your race. You want to be checking in 20 minutes before your race. So JSerra, Harvard-Westlake, South Pasadena, easily moving on to next weekend though. Meanwhile, Castaic and Orange Lutheran, only 3 points separating them right now. These results are unofficial, they are fluid, but Castaic and Orange Lutheran, only 3 points separating them for those 2 spots. Meanwhile, El Segundo sitting in 6th place. So Eve Washburn leading that group through, representing Burroughs out of Ridgecrest, the freshman. She'll be leading that group up hoop outs and find the 6th squad with the fastest team time to determine that 16th entrant into next week's finals. And right now, after Heat 1, it looks like El Segundo, they will be that 6th squad, so we'll have to look at their team time and break it down afterwards. But your 5 automatic qualifiers, JSerra, Harvard-Westlake, South Pasadena, Castaic, and Orange Lutheran.
Good job, ladies.
I'm sure it's scared of it. You lost it. So as soon as you click on the image from the other one, it pops
On the line there for Heat 3, Division 4 girls, Bishop Montgomery, Chaminade, Esperanza. And coming to the 2-mile mark in Heat 2, Division 4 girls, Eve Washburn continuing to open up that lead now. Godsey, Colebrook, and Sanchez lead the way there for Oaks Christian. Sydney Johnson of Laguna Hills running 6th through the 2-mile. Meanwhile, Ebner and Arredondo, Bishop Amat, along with Madison Rush, all Bishop Amat girls running there as a trio. Laguna Hills and Burroughs out of Ridgecrest. Those are your top 4 schools coming through the 2-mile mark. So with less than a mile to go, the battle for those top 5 spots. Not much separating there, Bishop Amat, Laguna Hills, and Burroughs. Meanwhile, Fillmore, their 5th runner comes across, and that now has our 5 squads coming through that 2-mile mark. So Washburn there in that lime green and white. Holly Barker of Laguna Hills in that group as well.
Yeah, we're in the credits right now. We ended out, we're in the credits.
On their outside, Palacios of Covina right now running 5th. If she's looking to qualify as an individual, she must be in the top 8. So top 8 individuals, not on qualifying teams. And Giddings of San Marino coming through at 2:40 for the 800 meters there. Win here in the prelims for Burroughs. Meanwhile, her team looking very secure in qualifying. Matter of fact, at the 2-mile mark, we had Oaks Christian, Bishop Amat, Laguna Hills, Burroughs, and Fillmore. Fillmore with a sizable advantage there of 66 points over Immaculate Heart for that 6th spot.